The Balkan Peninsula has been an area of the world known as the crossroads between the East and the West, where a number of world powers have overlapped and clashed. Conflicts of political interests, economic disparity, and ethnic loyalties boiled over into 3 major wars during the 20th century alone.
Jim established its ministries, or its presence in this area, with the Eastern European Bible Institute. But it started with missionaries serving in this country, Croatia, since 1974.
In 2012, John and I started serving in Dubrovnik, one of the most beautiful and most unreached areas located in the southernmost part of Croatia.
And in 2019, my wife Deb and I moved to Order Beach, a town about 2 hours away.
Speaking of the Conies and Lynn and myself and the rest of the Croatian evangelical community, we feel very isolated from the rest of Croatia. Until the opening of the Pelješac Bridge in July 2022, the Dubrovnik-Neretva County was physically separated from the rest of Croatia by a stretch of land that is part of Bosnia and Herzegovina. Like Dubrovnik, the entire county lies on very rocky terrain, both physically and spiritually. There are only 3 small evangelical churches and 4 house groups in this region of 123,000 people, spread out over a very large area.
Over the years, many men and women trapped in addictions, despair, or mental illness have turned to the evangelical churches in their search for freedom, hope, and healing. But like plants that spring up from seeds sown on rocky ground, most have fallen away when their expectations were not met.
Though it is often very discouraging to see people reject the gospel outright, or show interest and quickly fall away, throughout the county the Lord has raised up small groups of faithful disciples.
It's been encouraging to see God give the believers a growing vision for seeing churches planted. They have spread the seed of the gospel widely throughout the county by distributing tracts to every home through street evangelism, soccer, lectures, concerts, coffees, and other forms of outreach. Some believers are facilitating or supporting small group Bible studies started in more remote areas of the county. One man was even able to give his personal testimony and distribute Bibles in most of the public schools in the city of Dubrovnik.
It has been a privilege for Jem to partner with many of these local believers who have been faithfully tilling up the fallow ground and planting seeds of the gospel over the years.
One of our great joys has been seeing these believers come together for worship and fellowship and to encourage a spirit of partnership in the gospel. Through a grant from Jem, a regional conference was held in 2019 at which the churches from our county and 4 others from across the border in Bosnia-Herzegovina met for the first time. This was such a joyous occasion as 115 believers from 3 different denominations gathered in praise and fellowship that the next year the churches again gathered at their own expense.
Nikše, kako je bilo tebi na prvoj konferenciji?
Bio sam jako uzbuđen, jako sretan, blagoslovljen, zato što je tu bio prvi susret evanđelskih kršćana na području Dalmacije i Hercegovine nakon 2000 godina. Doista je bilo impresivno. Prije 20 godina kad sam se obratio u Dubrovniku je gotovo da nije bilo kršćanina, pa i u cijeloj Dalmaciji.
Nakon 2 susreta u Metkoviću zbilja smo bili ohrabreni brojem učesnika, novih vjernika koji su izrasli kao gljive nakon kiše, jer ranije nismo znali za vjernike između Dubrovnika i Splita da se išta posebno događa, a danas je to zaista predivna i divna vijest i ohrabrenje mnogim ljudima.
I guess the most meaningful to me has been just getting to know the other pastors and seeing how the people in our church have connected with other people in other churches and grown in their love for one another.
Zbilja kako je divno vidjeti kako Bog nas spaja, različite denominacije, svi spojeni u jednu misiju dosezanja ovih krajeva južne Hrvatske za Krista.
Naše su crkve male i uvijek se osjećamo da smo mi sami, ali kad ovako dođemo zajedno svi, onda osjećamo jednu snagu i ohrabrenje da možemo ići dalje, da možemo raditi i da je Gospod velik i da nismo ostavljeni i zaboravljeni i ohrabrivamo jedni sebe i to je nešto predivno zato što vidimo Božju ljubav na djelu.
Perhaps God is calling you to join Greater Europe Mission, working alongside of these faithful servants in plowing and planting and preparing for the harvest that He will bring in Croatia.